Hi, it's me, Jenna, with mysterymatchdna.com. And I wanted to show you just one example of a recent search that I've done. I'm going to show you two examples, actually. So let me get to unfortunately, I'm struggling with the technology a little bit. Let me get to share my screen. I'm sorry. Here we go. And here we are. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. This is my genogram, and I'll put it on that's a little bit clearer, even though I apologize for it being so grainy, but this was my own search that I did for my birth father. And as you can see, there's me at the bottom, there's my birth mother, and I didn't have any details to go on with my birth father. So I didn't know a name. I didn't know details beyond a possible first name, but even that was suspicious. We didn't know if that was the case or not. So what I did was I took a DNA test, and as it turns out, I was able to find my birth father based on this match over here to the right, BH, that I matched at 401 centimorgans. So just a quick, I don't know, just a way to look at it. This is a genogram. It's like a diagram of a family tree. Men are represented by squares, women by circles. And so obviously there's my birth father, WD, and my birth mother, and together they created me. So, as it turns out, my birth father's mother was the aunt of the 401 centimorgan match of mine, making her my first cousin once removed. And she happened to have a tree, and I was able to trace her tree and find my birth family based on those results. So hold on, I'm going to pull up another search that I've done, and that's this one. It's a little bit clearer. This is for a young man named Anthony. And as you can see, he's not in the tree yet. But his results are. So he also took a DNA test, and these results are who matches him. So he's got very, very low matches. 196 centimorgans, 113, 106. Now, centimorgans are just like the degree, think of them like a yardstick of how related you are. So if you're 10 centimorgans, you're probably barely even related. If you're 1,500 centimorgans, you're half siblings. So there's very little to go on here. But you can see how I took his results and have still made a full tree pretty much of what his tree looks like. We're just waiting for a closer match so we can plug him in. And honestly, we think that we found his, you see there where it says JC, born 1950, and the spouse was MD. That is where his DNA intersects. So Anthony has, matches on JC's side and matches on MD's side. And so we're fairly confident that he's going to be down that line. Of course, unfortunately, nobody in that particular line in his family, have taken a test yet. And so that's what we're waiting on. But what would it mean to you if you were able to get even these kind of results? Let's say that you're adopted or a foundling or adopted out of foster care, or you never knew who your father was and you have no details to go on. And all you have is what's inside of you, your DNA results. These can actually lead to finding the person that you're looking for. And so, what would it mean if you could have these kind of results to look at so that you would know, at least, be able to say, like, here are my blood relatives. I don't think that your search can possibly be more difficult than Anthony's has been. I can honestly say it's been a challenge. He also, on top of, if you're well versed in centimorgans and all that, you can see that in his tree, they don't necessarily correlate with where you'd expect to find somebody. Um, like that 106 should be a closer match than we think that they are, that AN over there. But we think that that particular person is further up the tree than they should be. And that is because there's also endogamy in his family. Endogamy just meaning that cousins have married in his family, uh, separate core families from his place of birth have intermarried over the years, over and over again. And so you get these results that are not necessarily as cut and dry as they were, like in my case with my genogram, where with my DNA results, where I could just take this 401 match, trace her tree, and then I pretty much knew like what her relationship was to me when everything started making sense. So um, there's a higher degree of complexity to his search, to say the least. And then, as I said, it's complicated by the challenge that he doesn't have very high matches. He needs some closer matches. So, but even this, we've got people, when I do a search, first and last names, dates of birth. I haven't captured everybody on this diagram either, but just kind of the major players, so you know. If there's birth dates and death dates, I've been able to track that down. In a lot of cases, I have found obituaries for these people that show what the family relationships were, and other sources to find out living relatives, that are Anthony's family that he can contact. So, and possibly ask to test, to take a test so we can find out more information. Um, so if you are wanting results like this or like this, that would be the best case scenario, right? Is to have a search that easy. Um, Let me know. Let me know in the comments what I can do for you. And also down below, you're going to see a link for a consult call. And I would highly encourage you. I'd love for you to hop on a consult call with me, and we can talk and see if there's anything that I can do for you as far as helping you get those kind of results to find whoever it is you're looking for. Or more specifically, what I really excel at is taking that genetic genealogy and finding out where you fit. That's probably what you're looking for if you are watching this and thinking about wanting results like I just showed you, is to kind of like know where you fit when you have all these confusing DNA results and nothing else to go on.